In today's question and answer show, I'm giving you tips on how you can improve the quality of your podcast. Let's get into it. By the way, if you'd like to have your questions answered on the show, make sure that you follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM with your question. Today's question comes from pod_AD. She asks, I'm looking to create solid content for my podcast. I really want it to grow because I think that my shows are not interesting enough. How can I improve? English is not my first language, and one of my primary goals is to improve my communication and delivery. I absolutely love this, especially that last part. If you're looking to improve your speaking and your communication, podcasting is an amazing way to improve your communication skills. So let's start at the top. How do we improve our podcast? A, you want to be consistent. Before you even get started, put together a plan. How often are you going to be posting your podcast? I would definitely recommend that you go at least once per week. If you could shoot for once per week, go for 1 year. If you can produce 52 episodes without any expectation of listeners, just focus on getting a little bit better with each episode. You'll be amazed at how this compounds. I always love going back and listening to my first episodes, and it just blows my mind. With each episode, try improving the small things. Your audio, your sound effects, your speaking. Always be thinking about how you can slightly improve your intro. Intros and hooks are incredibly important for podcasting because what you want to do is let the listener know within about 15 seconds that this is what they want to listen to so that they put it right in their pocket or on their car seat and then you've got them. Try adding royalty-free music to your show. Try adding little sound effects. Envato.com has a lot of great copyright-free music and images that you can use when highlighting and promoting your podcast. If you haven't already, listen to your episodes. Are you bored? Is it interesting? Are you going on and on and on? One of the problems that people have, especially when they're starting out, is they tend to just rabble on about nothing. It's not relevant. You got to try to find ways to keep it interesting. If you're bored with your show, do you think other people are going to really love listening to it? Listen to your show and find ways to improve. If you're also trying to make your show more interesting, focus on storytelling. People love stories. If you go in there and just say A, B, C, D, it's going to get boring. So try to use personal examples from your real life or maybe from other people's lives. But if you can find a way to navigate stories or use stories to prove your bulleted points, that's a really powerful way of making your show more interesting. I also think it's really important that you work on improving the clarity of your speech. Remove words like so. If you can remove these filler words, it's going to make it much more interesting and you're going to become much more clear and succinct in delivering your message. This takes time, but if you keep working at it, I know you can improve. My final tip for improving your show and improving your speech is to interview people. Listen, people love listening to stories, and if you can bring people onto your show that have an interesting story to tell, it can really make your show more interesting. Especially if you're not a very solid public speaker, you can have a more natural banter and back and forth. This will not only help you to speak more clearly, to comprehend the language better, but also to learn new words and new verbology and new dialect. It also makes your show more interesting because now they're not just listening to one person drone on, they're listening to two people having an interesting conversation about a topic that they're interested or passionate about. The other advantage of having guests on your show is now you're reaching new people because if they share the podcast with their friends, their family, their network, you're going to be reaching more people that you wouldn't have reached otherwise. So just to summarize here, be consistent, keep minimally improving each show, bring on guests, and try to tell more stories. If you can follow these concepts, I know you're going to have a great show that's continuously improving. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm bringing you weekly episodes to make sure that you are standing out online. Have a great day. Peace.